Hey everyone, welcome to the Mind of Ro page. So for the last few weeks I've been making some videos on how to work with the Orishas and the Neteru on healing our chakra centers. So today I'm going to do a video on how Oya, the Orisha Oya, could help heal your throat chakra. The last video I did, I was working with Anpu and Pata to help heal your throat chakra. So today I'm going to speak about Oya. So right now I'm at the graveyard actually because that's the best place to make offers to Oya. And I'm going to try to make this video really fast because I have my partner over here, my spouse, in the car with his hat, with the hazard lights on, and I don't want to have my car sitting there for too long by the entrance of the graveyard over here. So Oya is the Orisha of winds, lightning, violent storms, death, and rebirth. Before I get started, if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube at Mind of Ro, and don't forget to hit the notification bell and share my videos. So Oya is usually depicted as a manly woman because she has a lot of masculine energy and feminine energy. She's usually wearing purple. She is a warrior spirit. She's very strong, powerful, and she's Shango's wife. And she could be a little short-tempered at times. She's associated with the colors purple, burgundy, and rainbow. And just so you know, most beings that are associated with the rainbow colors are known to be beings that are messengers, as in beings that help give you and get messages from heaven or other non-physical realms, and that's why she's associated with rainbow colors as well. Her number is 9, and the foods she likes are purple foods, so like purple eggplant and purple grapes. And the reason why, well, obviously she wants purple stuff because that's her color. So when I say, I'm going to explain what I mean by these numbers and her colors and stuff like that. So when you make offers to Oya, you want to make sure that you offer things on a purple plate or purple bowl, or offer a purple candles or rainbow color or burgundy. And if you offer food, make sure you're giving it to her with as the number 9. So you would give her 9 grapes, or like I'm about to give her some eggplant, and I would have it cut up to 9 pieces. So that's what I mean when I say, when I explain Orisha's numbers, colors, and food. Okay, so I'm basically helping explain how to serve them and how they like it to be served to them, how they like their offers. So why would you work with Oya? She is a good being to work with, a good Orisha to work with for strength, communication to the other side, communication to healthy communication or strong communication from yourself, as in help balance your throat chakra, and power, willpower, and to help get rid of chaos in your life, because she is associated with tornadoes and the wind. If you have a lot of Oya energy around you, she could cause a lot of chaos, or she could take away chaos. So the reason why I have her associated with our throat chakra is because she is a very outspoken, assertive, powerful woman. And some people who have a lot of Oya energy, or maybe too much Oya energy, tend to like to cuss a lot, yell a lot, be very demanding. And that's a lot of Oya energy. So if you want to balance out your Oya energy out within you, it's good to work with Oya. So if you have a bad habit of mouthing off to people, it's good to work with Oya to help balance that energy. If you don't mouth off enough, if you feel like you're being too passive and allowing people to kind of walk over you, and you wish you had more courage to be able to speak up for yourself, then you would do some work with Oya, and she'll help you with that confidence for your voice. So her energy, if you were to invoke her or be around her, her energy is, she could tend to be a little serious. Her energy is very strong and forceful because she is a warrior, so she has a lot of warrior energy. She's very, very powerful, very strong. My suggestion to you is what I've learned from working with her. She doesn't like to be bothered too much. She's like Ogun. So if you were to come and approach her and ask her for anything, don't just ask her to come. Don't try to summon her for no reason. She's going to get really irritated by you. She's going to be like, why are you calling me and not asking me anything? And then if you do call on her, if you do make an offer to her or want to ask her some questions through divinity, I will share a video with this to describe or help you know how to communicate with Orishas. I have a video I could link with this video. So if you want to divine and be able to communicate with her, make sure you're very straightforward. You have to say, okay, this is what I want. And will you be able to offer this if I give you offers? And be very straightforward with yes or no questions. And don't fart around with her. She could be a little impatient. So just know if you were to speak to her divine and ask her questions, make sure you know exactly what you want and why, and be very straightforward, and then kind of leave her alone. Don't kind of keep bothering her and asking her stupid questions. There is a such thing as stupid questions, and you're going to get a stupid answer or an irritated answer if you do kind of bother Oya. So don't bother her too much. Just be straightforward with her. It's more like this give and take type of concept with her. Really fast work with her. Unless you are supposed to work with her in the future, if you're meant to be an Oya priestess in the future or something like that, then she can be more patient with you. But if you're not, then I would suggest to kind of just keep it really fast with her. Signs she's around. Here are some signs that she's around, because if you see a lot of her colors popping up like purple or burgundy and swords, tornadoes, windstorms, when it's really windy outside or stormy outside, it's nice to pay homage to Oya. And when it's windy outside, say, Oya, I see you, I see your power, you're a powerful woman, to kind of show respect for her. If you see pictures of, or even keep having movies pop up and you're noticing anything that has to do with tornadoes and winds and storms around you a lot, if you're having a lot of stormy life, a lot of chaos in your life happening right now, things just aren't going right for you, that means a lot of Oya is around you, not telling you no, she's around. So before I'm about to give you some greeting you can say to Oya, but before I get started, because she's associated with speaking to the dead, that's another reason why you would want to work with Oya. If you want to learn, if you want to have the powers to be able to speak to the other side with the dead, as in people who's passed away, ancestors and stuff like that, then working with Oya will help you open that gateway within yourself to be able to communicate a little better with the dead. And that is exactly why it's best to make offers for Oya at the graveyard. This is where her energy is at. So because we're talking about a being that is associated with communicating with the dead, I want to talk about why, really quick, an explanation on why you see a lot of people at celebrations wearing skeleton makeup on their face, or why you see a lot of I think they're called I can't remember like the skeletons on people's altars with bright colors and stuff like that. So I'm going to explain this really quick. A lot of people get uncomfortable and they think, oh, it's evil and blah 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 blah. Well, you have a skull and you're not evil. I mean, maybe you are, but you're not evil because you have a skull. So skulls actually represent ancestors, and when people paint their face with skeleton on their face, what it represents is either A, Loa spirits and Gede spirits, or B, pain or homage and respect to those who's passed away. And that's what that represents. And usually when you see a lot of skulls, it has to do with beings who communicate with those who's passed away, and beings who are associated with the concept of death or transition from one life form to the next, or one energy to the next. Death is not an evil thing. It is part of life. We all have to transition eventually, and that's what the skeletons represent. And when you see that, when you see the decorations on people's altars, that's really what it means. Is to bring that energy of certain beings that communicate with the other side, and to make it easier to be able to speak with your ancestors who's passed away when you have those type of decor or those type of images around. Because sometimes when Gede spirits or lower spirits approach and speak to you, who also have a lot of graveyard energy, they tend to approach you with a skeleton face, because they do it to let you know that they are associated with that energy, so you know who you're speaking with. And that's usually what that means. Lower spirits are actually considered warrior spirits that are here to help protect people. And yes, they could be associated with dark magic, but they're also associated, they have one hand in light magic and one hand in dark magic. And the reason why I say that is because their work is used to protect people for good purposes. So let's not demonize beings that we see with skeleton faces. When you see some people working with spirits like Oya, you would see decoration with skulls, or people doing their makeup up as a skull and stuff like that. So let's just not be fearful of that kind of stuff. So show respect and homage to those who's passed away, and why we wear makeup as skeletons on our face. I'm going to start making a few videos with me wearing my makeup like that, so don't be appalled or anything, and I'll explain it again. But this is why people wear skeleton makeup, and this is why people have skulls at certain altars. It's not evil, it's just homage and respect to those spirits who communicate with the other side. And for you to be able to communicate with the other side as well, it's just showing respect and homage is basically what it is. So moving on. So when we make offers to Oya, I'm going to give you a greeting really quick. It is best to make offers at the graveyard. I'm going to pull some food out for her really quick. I divine first, always divine first. And make sure before you ever give any offers to any Orishas, always feed Eshu first. And I will tag a video with this video, because most likely your offers will not work unless you feed Eshu first. And I'll tag a video with this video on how to do that. So I'm gonna move my camera around so you can see what I'm doing here, okay? So I'm giving Oya some eggplant. I divined first and asked her, I asked her what I wanted, you know, what my request was, and I asked her what she would like for the request, and then she agreed that she liked the eggplant. So what I did is I am giving her some eggplant, and this right here is biodegradable, so you don't have to worry about that. This will go back to earth right here. I'm not going to leave anything plastic out here. I think that's kind of rude. So this is biodegradable that I got here, recycled, made out of recycled paper. And this is some eggplant that I cut into 9 pieces. So I'm going to leave it at the graveyard, and here I am. I'm at the graveyard right now, at the gate of the graveyard, and this is what you would say to her. Oya, you provide me with profit, Oya. Your loudness is a sign of your wealth. Look at the many hues, the wealth of our loud queen, strong and responsible. She is so strong, she is so strong, she is so responsible. She makes it rain 18 times as much. She is strong and responsible. Give me the strength of a warrior goddess. Don't allow emotions to control me, and help me set healthy boundaries and speak my truth with no guilt. Oya, thank you for your strength. Ashe.